Hello, I'm Carol McCoon. I've studied and practiced healing work for over 49 years. When I was 12 years old, I began having profound spiritual experiences. At church, when I was confirmed, I felt the hand of God upon me and the Holy Spirit moving through me. A couple evenings later, as I was enjoying looking at the stars, I noticed this very bright circle directly above me. Now, I knew the constellations quite well. This was not anything like a constellation, and I've never seen anything like it before. Since then, the message I received from the stars that night was that I am one with God and am fully embraced by the sacred circle of life. This was a pretty profound idea for a 12-year-old, even though my mother every now and then would say that she was a child of God. So it wasn't way off base, but I was not too certain what it all meant. Anyway, the first healing that I performed was on myself. My brother and I would fish throughout the summer at a stream nearby. And one afternoon, just walking along the edge of the stream, I got into some stinging nettle plants. Suddenly, my arms and legs were burning and in pain. I tried washing it off and it didn't wash off. I saw around me all these bushes with double red berries. I knew that the berries were poisonous to eat, but I felt compelled to gather the berries, crush them in my hands, and spread the juices on my arms and legs. Instantly, the pain and burning was gone. Yes. Is it just intuition or is it guidance? Well, when I went off to college at 18, I had many more opportunities to practice healing work on my friends as we studied together in the evenings. Everyone was carrying around heavy backpacks and loads of books. It was before the time of computers, but our backpacks were heavy enough that our shoulders were definitely sore. And of course, you're bending over, all of us doing chemistry, bending over our lab work all day. So in the evenings, I would rub people's necks and people's backs, and they would say, Carol, if you can bottle what you do with your hands, you could make $1 million. And I thought, how could just laying on of hands be so highly valued, and yet at the same time, no one talks about following what is described in the Bible? I was in a bit of a quandary. Why don't people believe that healing is possible? As a child, I took the biblical teachings of Jesus' healing as factual. And I believed that all it took was pure, dedicated faith, and that I would be able to do the same miracles. Well, I didn't see any of the adults at my church or in my neighborhood talking about or practicing healing work. And I wondered, this doesn't add up. So when I was 16, I had the opportunity to give the sermon at church. And I asked the congregation, why? Why isn't healing as described in the Bible practiced in our church? Well, afterwards, people patted me on the head and said I did a lovely job. But none of my questions were answered. And I realized I was different and alone, even among people that I knew cared about me. So, what to do next? Well, after my husband died of cancer when I was about 31, I explored a variety of healing methods. Shamanic healing through a meditation style called journeying was easy for me. I already trusted sacred guidance. When I sought the source of illness for my clients, I was immediately provided with information to resolve their health issues. Studying with teachers of the Bear Tribe Medicine Society revealed more ancient methods of connecting with the Creator. My teachers, Wobbin Wind and Wind Daughter, guided my practice of the Sweat Lodge ceremony and the Sacred Pipe ceremony until I demonstrated the ability to practice these ancient ceremonies for others. And I do want to say that illegal hallucinogenic substances were never used in any of these practices. Simply embracing the sacred and following the sacred energies to guide and teach us. That's all that is required to have profound experiences. Through these methods, anyone can learn to go within and eventually to go within others to know what is needed to resolve problems. Today's popular teachers, such as Carolyn Mace, calls this process medical intuition and teaches it with different methods. Reiki healing practices may also lead the practitioner to the same skills. In the end, whatever name is in common usage, healing through the intervention of sacred divine presence should lead the client towards self-awareness, self-forgiveness, and trust that higher powers are always beside us in our life's journey. On my website, my resume lists the wide range of healing practices that I've studied and am currently practicing. Go to www.singingwindsoundtherapy.com to learn more about me and my work. I hope you will contact me soon. Goodbye for now.